All right.
Welcome in to the Two Timers.
Yeah, if we had a good little audio dub there.
All right, fellas, let's get right into it. Everyone knows who our guest is. Let's bring him in. No video. There we go.
Hey, look at that.
Last place.
That's crazy.
What's up, Micah?
What's up?
You gonna be going around on Halloween? Hearing
No,
all the kids, Micah.
I'm gonna throw it out as soon as I get out of here because I don't like that. It's scary. I thought it was supposed to be funny.
Did you actually order that for Halloween this year?
Well, Clark texted me yesterday. It was like, "You want to go live?" And I immediately jumped on Amazon and bought it.
Nice. Appreciate the dedication to the show here.
Dedication. Last place.
Return it.
Hopefully cheaper than Antonio Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you need to have a video. We now need to get a cameo of Antonio Brown wearing that mask.
Yeah, I could do that. That'd be another couple $100.
He probably has a collection, to be fair.
Man, what a great fantasy football year so far. Are you guys in other leagues?
I'm in one other.
I'm in one other.
Is it kind of like the same, just like low score injuries, or is this one just the same?
Feels pretty similar. My other league's full PPR, so a little bit higher scoring, but
Yeah.
I guess that factors in. Yeah.
Mike, are you in multiple leagues? Are you secretly like a god in your other fantasy football league?
I'm in two other leagues. One because tragic story, so I got his spot. The second one, a family member asked me to join, so I joined. I think I'm not winning in either of them. So
is your team? Well, we can get into interview stuff later, but is your team structure generally the same? Do you tend to like the same players, or are you fully diversifying?
I'm diversified. I got Jaden in one of them. That was a nice pickup. Props to Daniel Hinders. It was on his part. I got Lamar in another one. Pacheco, yeah. So Pacheco's in another one of my teams, and that screwed me. So.
Well,
brutal.
It has been a rough year so far. We'll get to your roughness and Rockets in the base here soon.
All right.
But for now, I guess. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Sorry, my deck is giving me problems. If we go to recaps real quick, Maresco, I'll start it off with you here. We'll bring quite a satisfying matchup in to talk about first off.
What a week for Clark. That trade is paying off like I predicted. No, but it does look good. I mean, looking at your team, like having healthy players again obviously helps, and then the touchdown machine came to your rescue in your second running back spot. So that Montgomery pickup was huge, and the Stroud obviously is playing well. But across the board, your team just played well, everyone. So unfortunate for Dave. I think he beats 10 of the other 11 12 of the other 13 teams, I think. So, I mean, Dave's putting up points now, which is good to see, even with his running back and Ayuk not putting up much points, but AJ having a good week coming back off that injury, obviously is good to see. And then obviously he made the big trade for CD this week with the other person on this phone call, so we can get into that in a little while. But yeah, and then the Tracy pickups paid off for the last 2 weeks. So I'm sure when Singletary comes back, he's not going to be playing as much. But yeah, I mean, good week for Dave. Unfortunately, lost, but awesome week for Clark. Is that the highest for the year? I think.
Definitely my
Probably.
highest. I mean, I think I had 150. I don't remember. Week 1, a couple people put up big ones.
I put under that. I put like 155. I think Ryan had 1 week where he had almost 170. So
Yeah, Ryan's might have been higher. We can look it up. But the thing that I was really hoping would happen, which didn't, this is just me being greedy, and obviously a kicker's never going to have this happen. Outside of Bowers, everyone on my team scored a touchdown almost.
oh, that's
So,
sick. Yeah.
If Bowers had scored, and I guess CJ didn't rush for one, but if Bowers had scored, everybody would have scored a touchdown, which is just insane fantasy luck, I feel like.
It's crazy to me that Tampa puts up that many defensive points and lets 27 points.
It was David and I's, honestly, David and I's defenses, we were texting, were like pretty much neck and neck for most of the game until like the last quarter. And then it was just kind of, it all fell apart for New Orleans.
Is that the first time Aubrey's been outscored in a matchup?
It's a good question. By the Washington kicker, no less.
Suck it, Wegman.
Trying to be clever with the breakaway here. Well, yeah, not too much more to cover on mine. I hope this continues with my team, and this wasn't just a flash in the pan, but we'll have to see.
It's got to feel good after 4 straight losses to do that. So
yeah, it feels vindicating. That's definitely true. We'll go to one that probably felt a little bit worse, and that was one of our co-hosts here.
yeah, this is. I thought
Actually, before we get into recap, real quick, Micah, this has got to make you feel good, right? Like even as the worst team in the league currently, there's a team that's massively underperforming you on a given week.
Oh yeah, 100% points. That's like you should be kicked out of the league at that point,
or elect out, or just drop out of your own free will. That's happened before.
So Dan actually gave me some comfort. Dan, I think, had a bad week like this. So I think better days are ahead for me.
I thought Josh was talking about the bipocalypse last week for his team. So I'm just a little confused at what happened this week with this team.
Nobody showed
To
up.
be fair, but Matt's starting running backs went negative, Josh.
And you lost by 40 points.
You still lost by 40. Yeah.
To be fair, you have one bright spot on your team. And it's Brees Hall showing up when the rest of your team doesn't, which is unfortunate because he hasn't showed up when the rest of your team shows up. So
It's true.
But we were texting Josh when Brees was playing, and I think Brees is showing signs of life. I think Devontae will open up even more for him. So, but yeah, I mean, Matt snuck by, obviously, by mere 40 points. He didn't even break the 100 mark, but Matt's on a couple game win streak right now. And Cook, I didn't see what happened to Cook. He was a last minute scratch, right?
I didn't watch all of that game.
I think Josh said he's the last minute because Ray Davis went off on my bench and he's the rookie. So I was like, oh, bummer. But yeah, I think he got pulled right before the game started. So, but yeah, Josh, Matt's team, not a crazy amount of points, but got the win, and he's on into the playoff position now. So, yeah.
Ironic that his kicker played so well for him as well. Josh, try to be clever with this one.
Good pick, Josh.
Well done. Well
Thanks.
done. Sir.
Yeah.
Rolling into our guest matchup from last week.
Yeah. Kevin showed up, showed out. I think he picked against himself, but we'll get to that. Yeah, we got his team had a great week. That's actually hilarious.
Waggy, we all had faith in you, except for yourself.
Except yourself. I mean, Hurts and Philly put up some points, so that was good for him. And then across the board, 130 points, obviously really good in fantasy. So got great games from his kicker and defense as well. And then Pollard finally kind of putting up a solid week for him. And then Hannah, obviously she went back to Lawrence with Darnold on his bye week. Had a pretty solid week from him. So we'll see if she sticks with her old gun or sticks with Darnold coming back. But yeah, I mean, other than Kittle and Lockett, the rest of the team kind of struggled. Madison had a decent week, but her receivers really just didn't show up in Barkley. It's just a rough week when Barkley puts up 6 points when that's your workhorse. So, but yeah, I mean, good win by Kevin.
Yeah, solid one. Have you guys heard these rumors that Metcalf might be traded to Buffalo?
Well, that's not going to happen now. Not with Amari Cooper.
They traded nothing for Amari, so
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They got Amari. Sorry, it must have been pre that then that I saw that.
that would be kind of silly if they got Amari and DK. I'd love it.
Give Josh Allen. Well, I don't know. Josh Allen wouldn't be rushing in as many touchdowns
Nah,
probably.
Buffalo doesn't have the cap space, I don't think. It was that contract of Amari's that they're paying him like less than $1 million for
They're
the rest
paying
of
the
the
league
year.
minimum.
Yeah, that's wild. Well, we shall
Can't believe-
see. We shall see.
Good pick, Kev.
Picked again. Here we go. We'll go into Micah's matchup. Micah, how did you feel about that?
Micah!
Micah, how do you feel right now after this fantasy win?
Feels so good. I beat my older brother. Wilson pulled through. That I'm going to bed that night because I didn't watch the game. That was nerve wracking. Woke up to a couple of texts. Victory lap around the house. It was great. Good feeling.
Are you worried with Devontae coming in?
A little bit, yeah. Because obviously that's Rodgers' guy. But I mean, I probably won't be getting a lot more of these 20 points, but I still think that I'm going to get, 10 to 12, 13 games like that. Hopefully it's a little bit more consistent. Hopefully the Jets figure their offense out. They start winning some games, which means it's a good thing for Wilson. I like the trade. I don't know if you want to talk about this now. We can talk about it later, but I like the trade with Dave. I think it was a fair trade. And I texted him. I was honestly thinking of getting rid of CD. And I woke up Saturday morning to that trade offer. I think it was Saturday morning, Friday, something like that. And so I'm happy with the trade. Once again, I think it was fair.
Yeah. No,
We'll definitely
I think,
get into the
let's
trade.
get into that in a little while. But no, I mean, I'm going to be devil's advocate. I think Wilson scores more points now that Devontae's in because I think it takes off the top cornerbacks off of him, which is going to be big for Wilson. So, but yeah, I mean, good week by Micah getting his second win of the year. Dan coming back to earth a little bit, but still had a solid week across the board, minus Mike Evans. Yeah, I mean, crazy stat that Ben just pointed out. They score 50 points and he has 4 points.
Evans, Josh and I were texting about this, and I left Godwin on my bench, which I should not have done. But Evans versus New Orleans is a notoriously terrible fantasy matchup.
Yeah.
And Godwin versus New Orleans is very, very favorable. So
interesting. Unfortunate, Shaheed might be out for the year. I guess they're going to find out tomorrow what happened to his knee. So that's going to be a big blow to Dan's receiving core, but we'll see how he can kind of get past that with the Jaden Daniels. But yeah, I mean, Micah's team showed up minus Jake Ferguson and Pickens. So I think your trade you got some solid, like Deontay obviously had a great week. And then I think Rico, there's no running backs in
Guys, what? No.
Micah, I rode you for like 4 straight weeks and you lost 4 games. Come on.
You gotta try something new every once in a while.
Tried to ride Dan, didn't work out.
Not quite.
never a good thing. Never what you expect with Dan. Another crazy down to the last game. This was nerve-wracking for Ben probably on that Monday night matchup.
I think it went back and forth a little bit there with New York's defense dropping under the points he needed and then coming back. So, but yeah, Ben took down Goliath this week. We asked Ryan if he thought he was going to go undefeated this year. I don't think Ryan thought he was. So, but yeah, I mean, very neck and neck game. Both solid weeks overall. Minus Harrison going out with that concussion really hurt Ben early in, and then his receiving core struggled. But yeah, getting 5.14 points from New York when he needed 4 was good. And then you look at Ryan's team here. I think he had a couple guys on bye, but across who's his other tight end? Kyle Pitts. Oh, Neighbors is out. Yeah, and then
he's got Pitts and Kraft though,
and he started the wrong player this week, I think. And then Connor not putting up points is always going to hurt him. So, I mean, still solid point total. Ryan's obviously one of the best teams in the league still, and Chubb looks like he's coming back with a vengeance. So, be interesting to see how he puts him into play with his team with all these running backs. So, good win, Ben.
Yeah, nice win.
This one was surprising in terms of our picks.
Wow, Josh, solid pick.
Let's go.
Good pick. And then This is a game that I don't think any of us were happy with the result of. And honestly, watching Mitch's Bears play, thought that he was going to run away with it potentially.
I'll be honest. I was sweating after 11:30 on Sunday morning, but it's like one of those weird matchups. Mitch, like 8 of his players played before the 1:00 games. He had so many Jaguars, Chicago players, and then he had Seattle on Thursday night. So I was like, I had no players playing. So, but yeah, it came down to Monday night, obviously with Allen, and I was knowing I needed 22 points, and he put up 9 the previous 2 weeks, I think. So it's like I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, obviously I pulled it out at the end. Zay put up 17.9 points in the first half and then didn't touch the ball in the second half. So that was a little bit of a bummer there. But yeah, I mean, I think Mitch's Chicago's offense actually looked pretty stellar on Sunday, which is probably really good for him to see. I think they're on bye this week. So it'll be interesting to see what Mitch does with his team this week with about half
talk about a apocalypse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm struggling at the tight end position. I cannot start a tight end that gets points. So if anyone has tight ends they want to trade, hit me up and go from there. But yeah, I'm happy with the win.
I think we all got this one right, including Kevin. Good job, Weggy. You got that.
Great job, Weggy. There's hope for you yet.
That said, we have one more matchup. I apologize. This was I think the final matchup of the week.
The last matchup of the week, yeah. Jonesy and Nat. I think this game was a lot closer for a while and then kind of broke away at the end. But see what Jonesy does with Fields getting benched this week. Very interesting call by Mike Tomlin. Not sure what he's thinking there. But and then Olave is out for a bit, so that's going to be a tough stretch for Jonesy. And then, I mean, he still put up 110 points. But if you look at his running backs, he lost David Montgomery, and that's going to probably play into some of this next few weeks for him. So we'll see how that all plays out. But yeah, Nat's team didn't have the greatest week. Her team, I mean, and Ford's going to take a big hit here with Chubb coming back this week. So see how she moves forward. What happened to Moss? Did he get benched?
I don't actually know.
I don't think so. I think Chase Brown has just been looking better and better every week.
I guess he fumbled. Obviously, he had a lost fumble, so I guess he got benched.
Yeah,
that hurts to watch that. So, yeah, I mean, good win for Jonesy, and they're both obviously still in playoff position. So,
we all made the right pick on that one. Which brings us to our roundup of picks this week. Pretty dead heat, not gonna lie, this week.
Oh wow,
Waggy a little under 500 there. Chris extends his lead in the season totals right now. We're actually pretty well bracketed, like 4 or 5 picks apart from each other in total across the board right now. But good showing for the two-timers. Good job, guys.
Yeah, nice work.
Good showing for the guest continues.
Has a guest on the show beat us yet?
It's about to happen.
Maybe Ryan?
I don't think so.
I think Ryan tied one of us.
Micah.
I think, yeah.
Someone tied one of us, but I don't think anyone's outright beat us.
Yeah.
I mean, we know Ben.
Was it
That's
Ben?
for sure.
Yeah.
Ben had some. Ben might have gone 7-0 or 0-7. Same difference. This was how the rest of the league that made picks showed up. Pretty positive week across the board. Weggy and Ben, the only ones with below 500, but it really was the two-timers week this week. So I don't remember if we agreed to fab last week, but I think everyone keeps their fab at this point. Like, we're not going to pay each other.
Sure.
We all get
Weggy can just keep
Weggy.
what he had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like 75 cents of fab from Weggy. Let's make that happen. Okay, let me see what I had next. Sorry, in the deck. Oh yeah, speaking of fab, I guess the other fab that gets awarded, which was the defense or special teams with the closest to 6.9 points. This was impressive. Buffalo had 6.96.
Good job, Matt.
So Matt gets $5 from Buffalo. So well done there, Matt. We'll sort out fab for the upcoming week, both in our wagers and in what the picker wheel will decide as we get into it. But at this stage, this is kind of unplanned. I think we interview our guests, probably do a little trade talk, a little trade comparison, Anyone got any questions right off the bat for Micah? Or Micah, do you have any questions for the two-timers?
No. Bring it on. There's already chirping in the comments section, so I'm ready to get into it.
Yeah, if comments want to ask questions of our guests as well. I think my biggest question to lead with is you were bottom of the league your rookie season, Micah.
Yep.
Have you made any changes or attempted to make any changes this season? And does this season feel different than last season to you at all?
Question. I probably had more. Well, this different, and I think I'm gonna take more measures, like I did with this big trade of was CD was my first pick this year, right? Or was it Garrett? It was first or second.
He would have been up there, yeah.
I'm definitely more hopeful for this year, and yeah, I'm just gonna take more risks. I need to make a decision soon about Richardson. I think I've already messed up probably the first those what was it, week 3 and 4 when he started doing poorly. I probably have benched him after 1 or 2 weeks, but I think I held on for a little bit too long. I'll probably make the same mistake this week and start him. That's kind of sucks and painful, but yeah, I'm just I'm taking risks, and I'm once again happy with this trade. I keep saying it's fair because I felt like all of the other trade offers that I've gotten over the last years haven't been, in my favor. And I said that in my video, if you guys watched it. But Dave's trade offer was extremely fair, and I think it benefits both parties.
Extremely.
So yeah, hopeful for this year. I don't think I'm going to end first. Well, I don't think I can, probably not, but I'm not going to be last and not going to be second to last either. So.
Could make a playoff push. I actually think, as you mentioned the trade, that's probably a good segue. Josh, you had a comment there. I don't know if you had some input on the trade. This is, I guess, post the trade, what Roto Trade says about it, which, is never here nor there. But this is what the trade was. This is the assigned values of the trade. Josh, what was your thoughts on this trade?
That's what that chart's right, by the way. That's 100% right. So it's good. It's good.
Josh, what was that reaction you just had there?
Which one?
Yeah. It seemed like you were rolling your eyes there.
Oh, he just said it was extremely fair. And I was like, extremely. Just a little emphasis on that. I like the trade. Yeah, I mean, I think, both Dave and Micah needed to kind of shake some things up. I believe if Micah had not made this trade, he would be 1-5 right now. I believe. I think I did some math. So yeah, I mean, I think Micah got some good pieces. Waddle will have Tua probably back next week. So I think that will
sounds like it.
Boost his stock a little bit. Travis Etienne, I think, is hurt now and might be missing some time. So I think it could be an opportunity for Tank Bigsby to kind of step it up here. Rico might get a little bit more work. I was seeing on Twitter the other day. So yeah, it'll be really interesting. I love watching trades like this kind of happen, and then looking back, at the end of the season, kind of seeing, okay, how did this play out? Like, did it help both parties? Did it kind of lean heavy one way or the other? So we'll see. I will say, Micah, I offered you Justin Fields weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right.
And your record might be a little bit different now.
No, but I believe in what's his name? Allen. Is it Allen?
Braylon? Yeah,
Braylon. Depending on how he does this year, he might be a keeper. Can he be?
Sure.
Am I allowed to keep him?
You get
I don't know. Did you draft him?
No.
Did anyone draft him?
No.
No.
It was another trade.
If someone drafted him, he can be a keeper. If he was picked up off waivers post draft, he cannot be kept.
I'll tell you in 2
So
seconds.
we'd have to go back. Yeah, Maresco's on it.
But-
I think that this trade makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
for both of you guys. Like, obviously, Micah, you lose probably the biggest player you can have for, a lot of depth across the board for your team. So I feel like for you, this is almost a no-brainer. I think for David, it's kind of he's going after someone that he thinks will give him like high ceiling competitive shots with his other two receivers, big receivers, to kind of, do the home run or bust strategy, I guess, is his strategy there.
He's
Braylon Allen
leaning
was
in
drafted
heavy
for
to
$1 by Dave.
Oh, $1.
Oh, there you go. You can keep Braylon on at $1. That's going to be good. He's going to make $4, $5 maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, just look at the Cowboys. Well, first off, I don't like CeeDee's attitude. That's just a personal thing. Secondly, look at the Cowboys. They're in shambles. They're going overseas. That's going to be a tough game. They're, Mike, right? Mike McDonald or whatever his name is. He's got to win this game, so he's going to be on the nerves. If he loses, Jerry's firing him. It's going to be shambles over there. They're not going to make this super comeback, in my opinion. I think Cowboys are absolute trash. So I'm also taking the risk gamble that CeeDee's just going to have a mediocre year because of all the stuff going on with the team. So that's here or there. We'll see.
Sure.
Yeah,
I feel like it solidified your team in a way that you couldn't.
Yeah.
Without making a trade like that, like getting solid players that aren't like superstars, but that are going to put up points. Like, I mean, it paid off with Deontay this week, obviously already. But Tank looks like, Etienne hurt and stuff, so you never know.
Open to offers for Wilson. Open to offers. They better be fair. Better be extremely, extremely fair. Let me emphasize.
Oh,
What would you be looking for Garrett Wilson right now if you were legitimately considering to trade him? You look at just positionally. What type of return would you want?
Yeah, no, thank you. I was gonna mention somebody, but I probably shouldn't.
No, please do.
I was looking at their
It's a safe space.
team, but I don't want him to get any ideas. Yeah, quarterback, obviously, running back, but I don't. I'd have to go look how many Dave just gave me. But yeah, quarterback for sure. But it's a tricky decision. You've seen this quarterback perform at an extremely high level and compete and put insane numbers up in fantasy wise. But over the last 3 weeks, I think he's been pretty shitty. He has been. He's coming off of this injury. I don't know what happened to Richardson. You guys know better. You guys know football better than I do. What do you think?
He's
Richardson?
He's just been hurt.
To be fair, Josh is probably the biggest, or was the biggest, Anthony Richardson advocate I know. So
Yeah.
I'll let him speak to this one.
I think it's a number of things. Injuries have played a role. Inexperience. I have to remember he's only played 4 or 5 games, I feel like, all in all, with all the injuries he's dealt with.
I think
so
8
he's
games
just a little bit more raw.
here, and then 8 or 7.
Yeah.
He does. The games before he got injured, he wasn't protecting the ball. He was just throwing it up, chucking it, throwing picks that were just bad.
He's a raw type of talent that has an extremely high ceiling, but he's got some mechanic issues with his throw. So I think the main thing is just for him to stay healthy, to get some time, just to play. But the problem is in this day and age in the NFL, people are not very patient. So
yeah,
we'll see. But
yeah, I got a couple
Yeah,
for him early on, and I declined them because I ran with the risk. So far, not paying off. But yeah, so to answer your question, quarterback, but there'd have to be obviously more for Wilson, for a quarterback, probably running back, tight end. Tight end for sure, but Those I know are most people will probably hold on to their tight ends, but
Yeah, there's only a couple of good tight ends in the league right now. There's like 3 of them.
Yep.
Seems like. But that's fair. I mean, put it out there. I definitely think you could, if you wanted to flip, a Garrett Wilson type. I think you definitely could.
so the
What are
only
you laughing at, Josh?
I
only-
sent you an offer.
yes.
Oh, interesting. Let's hear it.
Go ahead. Yeah, read it to me because I'm on my phone.
Oh no, it's a troll
Oh.
trade. I sent you Dontavian Wicks for Garrett Wilson.
Only person. The only person.
It's a good trade, Micah. Just take it.
Take it. Accept it. Is it extremely fair?
Seemingly fair.
Only person. I'm not even exaggerating. That's a lock, and I'm never trading is Koo. There's no way. The dude gives me high points every single week. He's a GOAT. I think going with the extremely good kicker. I was the first one, I think, to pick a kicker. Or no, someone else was for Tucker, I think. And picking that kicker, it can make or break you. My first,
Didn't you pick Koo and Aubrey this year?
yeah, I did, and then I traded.
You kept the wrong one.
No, I didn't. No, what are you talking about?
Aubrey's the highest kicker this year so far.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I mean, to be fair, Koo had a couple of bad outings. He had a 3-point outing and a 7-point outing, week 1 and 3.
That was during the Zin crisis. That's why, because he didn't. Then, that's hilarious. Where I traded Aubrey to Dave, and that next week he got 20 points, and then he just took off as the best quarterback or kicker this year. So that's hilarious. That wasn't a fair trade. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You do seem to have a preferred trading partner, it seems like, in the league at this stage.
You know what? Once again, he sends me the most trade offers, and he sends me the most fair trade offers. So just saying.
Fair enough.
Josh is the only one that has sent me a trade this year. I have not received any from anybody else.
And it was a fair trade. Fields for Braylon Allen.
That's not fair.
I just
That
wanted
would have been a terrible trade.
Why?
Thank you, Clark. Fields got benched. Wilson's in. Fields going to be on the bench the rest of the year.
Maresco, what do you think? What is your opinion of Fields for Braylon Allen?
I would never I would never trade for Justin Fields, ever.
Case in point, mic drop. Where are the comments?
So,
Have you seen Have you seen the stat that he's 2-38 or something when his team, then the opposing team puts up 20 points? I think he's 2-28.
yeah, but that's beside the point. We're talking about fantasy football here. Like, he's a good fantasy football quarterback.
He had a great week this
I
week.
don't
He put up
disagree with
23
that.
points.
I don't disagree, but there's not a lot of quarterbacks putting up more than that right now.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Well, and he dropped another week. Was it the week before? He dropped like 33. So it's like,
2 weeks, 3
Micah,
weeks ago.
you might be at 500 or over 500 if you had traded for Justin Fields.
He's put up 12, 12, 21, 33, 17, 23.
It's pretty good.
Very average
Very average.
across the
There's
board. very
there's
average.
quarterbacks on the free agent market that are doing that.
Yeah, you'd be looking for a new QB right now, but you potentially have a couple more wins under your belt. So
I don't know if you guys caught this, but last week, I think Richardson got injured, and I had to pick up a quarterback. Trevor was available, and Watson was playing us. I'm still in the Redskins or Garbo, it just hasn't registered in my brain. So I picked up Watson. If I had picked up Lawrence, I would have won. Because Watson got 8 points. He's terrible. We're actually a good team. So glad that we won and we destroyed them. But kind of painful. If I had just
You would have won 2 weeks ago, is what you're saying?
Yeah, no. 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I think Lawrence went for 20 plus points. If I had picked him up, it would have got me over the hump. But whatever.
Well, it is an interesting strategy to because sometimes, especially lower in the league, and when your players aren't working or people are hurt, you do have to kind of adopt what Josh is talking about, which is hey, I need a couple of wins. It looks like he sent another cheeky trade offer that's not extremely fair.
I have no idea yet. I just got a notification I have a trade offer.
Sometimes you got to make moves that are just that you know are temporary. That you know, like, hey, Fields for a couple of weeks might be good, and then after that, I'm gonna have to find someone else.
Yeah.
So Josh Reason and everyone trade offers right now.
Yeah, just offer Packers receiver for a Packers receiver.
No,
I traded you a counter back.
point. I've learned that in fantasy yet, so I need to catch on quick. For me, when I put him in the spot, I'm like, this is my guy. This is what I'm going with. But it's like, no, just for this week, throw them in there. So gotta strategize more.
Well, and trades can always tip too. So to our point, if we want to revisit another recent trade, this was Jonesy and I's trade when it happened. And granted, once again, these values are never perfect, right? They always they don't really take our full league into account. But this is it as it sits today.
This trade has backfired terribly for Jonesy so far.
100%.
Yes.
White got hurt. Fields is getting benched. Like it's
And
all
White
three-
also has another running back in that backfield as well.
yeah, and
Told
then
Jonesy
all
that from
three
the
of those
get-go.
players just went off this week for Clark.
Clark, was that part of your thought process? Did you kind of like put the pieces together that set when White plays for the Browns, right?
The Bucks.
Oh, Bucks. Like, did you know that eventually there'd be another running back coming in, or?
Well, so I have the other running back. I have Bucky Fields, which was part of the reason I did this trade was because I've watched a lot of Rachaad White. I mean, it still hurts. Jonesy and I even texted about this, I think this last weekend. Like, Jefferson had a game in England and then a bye. So we haven't really seen what JJ can do. Like, this whole trade for Jonesy hinges on Jefferson kind of being a monster. And if he's not that, then it's bad. But also the fact that Godwin and Montgomery both look really good this week makes it feel probably worse for Jonesy. But to answer your initial question, Micah, yes, I think that the Field situation and the Rachaad White situation definitely had me hesitant to keep them. But at the same time, like, both of them could have had or could still have like big upside moving forward.
Yeah.
Who do you guys? Who do you think the next injury is? The next big injury?
No more.
Nah, it's gonna happen.
No, we don't want to manifest this into happening.
Ain't manifest, but like it's gonna happen. All right, fine. Like quarterback, do we see a big quarterback go down? Do we see another wide receiver?
No.
No, I'm not talking about that.
All
I
right.
want to talk about Maresco being 6-0.
Great.
Yeah. Thanks, Micah. Thanks for participating.
Micah, dumb question.
Hold up,
No,
let's
I'm-
just do a
I
little bit of this. Every time Micah talks from now on, apparently.
Big name quarterback.
I'm
You
on
don't
your
need it.
side here, Micah.
Thank you.
Micah, do you feel a little bit like you're on
That's
the hot
deflected.
seat with being at the bottom of the league again?
Yeah.
Being at the bottom of the league last year. Do you feel like you're like Mike McCarthy right now?
I do. I don't want to get fired from this league. No, there's others out there, and I know that they're in line. They want to get. There's more hinders. So or man, it's like a job, right? No, but seriously, yeah. I mean, I do. It's like I want to do better, for sure.
All right, let's make the transition real quick. I just want to talk to Maresco. Like,
Sure.
you're on quite a run right now, dating back to when the playoffs started last year. You have not lost a matchup. How are you feeling? Like, you've won what?
What's your
10
record?
in a
What's
row?
the win streak? Win 10 game
No,
win streak?
I've won 12 in a row.
12 in a row? Okay.
Because I had to win
because
I had to win my last 3 to get in the playoffs last year.
right.
So I won, and then I won 3 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's all luck, obviously. So
Yeah.
no, I mean, obviously, I've gotten some good matchups this year to win some of those close games when I put up 100 points, right? But I did go through my calendar this year, and I haven't put up under 100 points this year. So knock on wood, that keeps going, because I've always been like a big proponent of like, you put up 100 points, you're going to be competitive most weeks in fantasy. But yeah, I mean, I did not expect to be 6-0 this year after my draft. So it's one of those things where some of the players, some of my keepers have worked out really well for me with Zay and Jaden, like handling my wide receiving core. Thanks to Micah giving me Zay back, because I did draft him last year hoping to keep him, and then I didn't think I was going to be able to. So, and then Ramondre has been solid for me. And then honestly, I think the next few weeks, that is the crucial pickup for me was Hunt. I think if Hunt can keep healthy and keep handling the Chiefs backfield, that's going to get me a lot of points. When
Not worried about Clyde coming in there?
No, I'm not worried about Clyde. I think when Pacheco comes back, Hunt's role is going to go away, obviously. So, but as long as, and I also, the Henry pick for me was a little risky because I spent a lot of money on him in the draft, but I did hope he was going to do what he's doing with like kind of solidifying the Ravens offense, and they've never really had a power back in that offense. So like, obviously it's been fun. And then Josh Allen obviously has helped me quite a few weeks. So, no, it's been fun. I don't expect to go undefeated or anything. I know I'm going to lose one of these weeks coming up, but it's a fun run to be on.
The hunt for 4-time champion looks likely.
I mean, it looks like I'll have a chance at least, unless I lose the next.
Unless the Ravens somehow implode or something.
Yeah. So, but and then I think the trade I made at the end of last year with getting Amon-Ra was big for me too, right? So that played out huge. So we'll see. I mean, my team's been not like, that's why I don't want to talk about injuries. I haven't really faced many injuries this year yet, so I know that's probably.
I honestly thought, I don't know if it was last week, right? Didn't Josh Allen get like knocked out on the field and he came back like one drive later, pretty much?
Yeah, something.
He was out cold, and they were like,
NFL
no, concussion protocol. Like,
the NFL decided they called their doctor and said, "Hey, this is gonna look bad if we have to put him back in, please." Just
he was wobbling. So yeah,
not like DeMar Hamlin, guys. Put him back in the game.
But yeah, we'll see. See what happens. It's a long season.
It is.
It's okay. We know the Mets aren't going to make a championship run, so gotta hope your fantasy team can.
It's true. It's true.
Be fun to see 2 New York teams in the World Series.
It's been a while. It's been since 2000.
I will also quickly call out that Weggy did pay in some form just now for his wages last week. So not Fab, but he did.
Why did he pay you?
Exchange some money. I'm sure he knows where the wheels need to be greased.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have our picks, right? Let's do Fab really quick first. Pick or wheel Fab, so we can see what categories we're going to do this week. We did defenses last week. What do you guys want to do for Fab this week?
I kind of want to add Mika like 2 more times to whatever we do and see.
Yeah. Mika, 100%.
We could just do all players on Micah's team.
Yeah, let's do that.
We're just giving our guests $5 a Fab. I think we can give him.
We'll make his players work for it.
I would give him 50-50 shot. I say we go with. Have we done tight ends this year or no?
Yeah, we did tight ends. What we haven't done yet is like categories. So we haven't done like receiving touchdowns or total receiving yards from all players, or rushing yards from all players, quarterbacks included or whatever.
We could do a mix.
Yeah. Keep it spicy. So how about most Okay, so there we go, 50-50. We'll do a few more.
No, that's good. Leave that.
Yeah, just do that. Just do that.
All right.
It's still not going to land on him.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you're going to get that one. Figure that one out, but good luck.
Most receiving yards, I think it should be fairly easy, right? It'll be the
Most
receiver with the
air
most
yards?
yards.
Most air yards. No,
No.
there's
Yeah.
no, it's not that hard to get. That
Yeah.
info.
CD length.
Yards after catch don't count, right?
No, they do. Sorry, yeah. I'm not saying ball through the air. I'm talking like any receiver. So it could be a wide receiver, could be a tight end, could be a running back with the most yards through the air. So yeah, it's kind of poorly worded.
Yeah, I was like,
So yeah, if you have a Kamara type and he has like 100 yards through the air or something,
gotcha.
then there you go. But that does bring us into our picks for the week, which is going to bring us into Are You Smarter Than a Two-Timer? I have the link, which I can send out right now for everyone who wants to compete and potentially earn fab. Do we want to wager any fab between the four of us and anyone else on?
2 fab.
let's bump it up to 5.
I'll meet you at 3.
All right, 3.
I'll do 3.
Mikey in for 3?
How much fab do I have?
Probably.
All right, so real
Maybe
quick
spin on
to run down through the league. I think I have the least fab of this group. You have no, I take it back. You have 37 fab. Or no, that's Dave. You have
No,
100
Micah
fab,
has 100.
Micah.
Micah's good.
You have 100 fab, Micah.
All right.
I have 40. Joshy has 81, and Maresco has 69. And I don't think Maresco's wanting to spend anymore.
I don't want to receive anymore. I don't want to spend anymore. Although my fab offer this week paid off against you, so
5.
And the Browns look terrible, so that was a good pickup.
5
I was
fab.
upset. I thought
I had $5 fab offers on 3 different defenses because I was like, I want one of these 3.
Did you really? Who else did you have offers on?
I did it all with the same. I was dropping Las Vegas, so whichever one came through first. I put Cincinnati first, so my other 2 didn't go through.
I think I probably picked up one of your other 2 late. Let's see. All right, so we're good with $3 of fab.
Do it.
All right, $3 fab it is. We will go to the first matchup that we have this week. Should be myself versus Hannah. We will go. Okay, we'll let Micah go first. We'll go Micah. And Micah, you got to do this on your phone or a device at some point. I mean, just remember your picks if you can. If you can't do it right now.
Oh, all right. Let me get my notepad.
We sent out the link. Yeah, we sent out the link. I'm also going myself. Josh and then Maresco.
Go Clark.
Clark.
Love the renewed confidence in my team. This is another one we can probably do quick. Although it's kind of funny to see Mitch's backup quarterback being Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to go David.
David.
Brings us to our guest matchup of the week. We got Mika here versus Matt. Josh, this goes to you first.
Matt.
Mika.
I'm going Matt. Sorry.
No. It's all good. It's all good.
Maresco, this will go to you first. We got newly renamed Kevin staying on point with the name changes versus Ben.
Oh man. I'm gonna go Kevin.
Micah, it's you next.
Kevin.
Is Tua back? Is Tua playing this week or is it not till next week?
Next week.
I'm taking Ben.
It's hard. I want to pick Ben, but I'm kind of worried. I don't know if Harrison or Mason are going to play this week. I'm going to go Kevin.
There you go. Dan versus Jonesy. Micah, this is your pick first.
Daniel.
Jonesy currently unsure what his quarterback is going to be. He gets JJ back. Evans. I'm going to go Dan.
Dan.
I'm gonna go Jonesy.
Ooh, a little breakaway action. This is me first, yeah? I feel like I just have to choose Moresco. I don't really know. Don't even care about the matchups. Got to keep on going for now.
I think Natalie's got a bunch of guys on bye.
She's got Kelsey and Taylor coming back though.
I don't think Taylor's a for sure thing this week.
Yeah, I don't think it is either.
I'm definitely going Moresco.
Myself.
Christopher.
Which brings us to the final matchup of the week. See if Josh can bounce back against the current number 2 seed. Josh, this is your pick.
I like my odds right now.
Yeah.
You still only have a 99% chance of winning somehow.
Dang, that's hard on his part. Put everybody on the bench. That's brilliant.
I mean, he doesn't have anyone on buy outside of a Dunze, I think.
Yeah.
He's stacked.
So it'll be what matchups he decides to pick through. But Josh, it is your pick.
I'm gonna go with myself. I'm believing that I can do this.
Ryan.
Yeah, I got to go with Ryan.
Also going Ryan.
Good.
Josh, I hope your believing helps.
Thank you. The red rifle, baby. Let's ride.
This does bring us to this is week 7, right? This is the halfway point for the league.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh
It's crazy.
After this week. So I guess we can do this next week potentially. But just to take a quick look here. This is what we predicted before the season began. This was, I think, right after the draft. I think this is our week 1 selections. And then obviously the picker wheel. So right now, Moresco, your pick's not looking half bad at the moment.
I'm sorry, Micah. I'm sorry. This is before the draft. I had no faith.
No, it
in
was
the
after
draft.
the draft. I'm pretty sure it was after the draft.
Oh, we changed it again, didn't we?
I think we did it once after the draft. I could be wrong. I don't
Maybe.
remember.
I don't know.
Didn't I have the best draft out of like everybody?
Yeah, that's why I think it was before the draft.
He also, just to let you know, he has you losing the toilet bowl, Micah. You're not just in it. He has you losing it.
I see the right side. Right side is wrong. That's bad. That's not good. You don't want to be on the right side of the toilet bowl.
Josh's pick's also not too terrible. I could see Josh's being close. So we'll monitor this see if we want to reselect maybe after next week, since we'll be at the halfway point. And we'll compare once we get there.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So that's it. That's all we got. Everything covered. Moresco, I know you're anxious to go watch some baseball.
14 minutes, baby.
Who did the advertisement for the ED pills?
Our sponsor.
Oh, you talking about which one are you talking about? You're talking about Blast Off Rockets or Blast Off Buddies?
Well, it was definitely Blast Off Rockets.
I think Joshy came up with that one.
Well, because of that sponsor, I started taking those pills, and I'm happy to say that Karis and I are pregnant. So we're going to have a child because of your sponsor, because of this show. So I'm excited that we're little Micah kid in June of 2025. So I just want to thank you all for that sponsor. It helped.
Oh no, that's so mean.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Micah.
That's huge.
That's awesome.
That's massive news.
Boys, thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
That's really, really exciting. When did you guys find out? And if you want me to end the stream, I can
Nope.
do that so you don't have to disclose all this to the league.
No, I don't care. We found out, I think, 5 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago, we had to
Wow.
go through a bunch of stuff, and yep, everything went well, and here we are. We
That's super exciting.
yeah, we had.
Scary thought, little Micah running around.
I know it's a little daunting, but yeah, we had the first sonogram on Monday, so that was cool.
Oh, that's exciting.
Nice.
Are you guys going to find out what it is and all that? Or are you going to want to be fully surprised?
Nope, we're doing it the old-fashioned way. Well, I guess that the new-fashioned way. We're gonna find out. We're no surprises, none of that. We're just going with the flow.
Nice.
Wow, very exciting. Big congratulations all the way around.
All right, boys. Have a great night. Go Mets.
Let's go, baby. All right, guys.
All right, peace.
Thanks for hopping on, Micah. Congrats again.
Always. Thanks.